in yet? Looks pretty like he's pulling pretty good to me.
Pretty good.
Take a look here in the nighttime. You're not a bad fish. There, buddy. That little fish, Dad?
Oh yeah. Good for a little nighttime fishing.
Heck yeah. Spinnerbait and bass, just like old times,
Just
huh?
like old times. This is how it started.
Yep. All right, buddy. Let's put him back in. All right, buddy. See you later. Just like it was 20 years ago, and the old man and I used to come out here in the 12-foot rowboat, but now we got the big crestliner. But things still haven't changed. Black spinnerbaits at night for largemouth bass. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, that's not a bad fish. Yeah, that's a good fish. That buddy. Nice chunky fish, huh, Pops? Belly on that one. Well, folks, welcome to the Angler's Experience. Tonight, I'm fishing with my dad, doing a technique that we grew up doing literally almost 20 plus years ago. We're going to be fishing for largemouth bass, just like that guy. Throwing spinnerbaits on a moonlit night. It's a little bit chilly out, middle of July. Tell you what, this is one of my favorite things to do. With one of my favorite people to fish with. So you folks stay tuned. We're going to teach you this technique because it's kicking the pants. Let's put this guy back and we'll get another one. Yeah. That is an absolute beast. 35 pounds or so. It's a big, big fish. What a beauty. We're going to put this fish back.
Yeah! That is awesome.
The Angler's Experience is proudly sponsored by Crestliner, leader by innovation. Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Setter Rods, the American way. Sidewinder planer boards, fight the fish, not the board. Vibey Lure Company, blade baits for serious anglers. Tobler Marina, your one-stop boat shop. Easy Loader, all boat trailers are not created equal. Oxart, your single source supplier. Lincoln Electric, the welding experts. And Honda Marine, it's all about power.
There's one right there, Dad. Oh, he's got me down in the weeds. Uh-oh, he got me down in the weeds.
Get some full.
Yeah, I got a bunch of salad on there, I think. Let's see what we got here. Can't tell how decent he is. He's got so much weeds wrapped around him. He's in there somewhere. Hell yeah. Get the salad off.
Yeah.
Good one, Dad?
That's good. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little chunky devil, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, that's a nice fish. Awesome. Thanks, Pops. Got the bass and the salad. That's a good one, guys. Heck yeah.
Nice stomach on him.
Got the trailer hook and the main hook on that.
Good old midnight special.
Yeah, Strike King Midnight Special. Nice fish. That one there, about 3 pounds or so, Dad. Got a few sores on it.
Yep.
All right, Pop. Reliving old times, huh, buddy?
Oh yeah.
All
How
right.
it started.
Let's get her back in the water here. Good fish. All right. All right, with the mighty splash, she goes off into the night. Let's go get another one. The timing for this night fishing, it's going to depend on where you're at in the country. We're quite a ways north. We're in the Pacific Northwest in the state of Washington, and we tend to start doing this in the month of June when our water temperature hits 65 degrees. Our best months traditionally are August, July, August, depending on water temperature, air temperature, but July, August, and September are our best months for night fishing. And what tends to happen, I get a lot of emails during the year. People catch big fish in the spring, and then in the summertime, those big fish disappear. Well, what's happening as the water temperature warms up into the 65, 70 degree mark for us, those fish start to feed 80 to 90% at night and only 10% during the day. So in order to find those big fish and catch them, you got to get out there at night. Some of the things you want to key in on when you go out night fishing has to do with your moon phases. What I like to do is key off of the full moon phase. I like to fish 3 to 4 days before the full moon and 3 to 4 days after the full moon. Traditionally, on the night of the full moon or right before the full moon is not the best for us. That 3 to 4 days before and after is a great time to get out there and do it. Another time is in new moon, when it's totally dark out. 3 to 4 days before new moon, 3 to 4 days after that new moon. And what you'll find, you'll get out there, if you've been out there fishing in the daytime and you're catching those small fish that are maybe a pound, half a pound, and you're catching a bunch of them and you can't seem to find those big fish, you get out there at nighttime during the proper moon phase, you're going to catch those big fish. They're there, they're just only feeding at nighttime. So make sure and get out there at night and give it a try. There. These spinnerbaits at night, these fish hit so hard. You think they're twice as big as they are. That's part of the thrill. Fish? Oh, I thought it was bigger than that. Size are not bad. Not bad. Healthy. Good colors. Got me down in the weeds. Down in the cabbage there. I don't think he's a giant. There he is. Coming up with the salad. Yep. Not a giant, but I'll take him. Get the salad off you there, buddy. Got that. Where's the kitty there, partner? Little guy. That's all right. He's fun of late night fish. All right, Papa. Later.
Always make sure you have a light for working in the night.
Head shaking good. Yeah, well, it looks pretty good. Yeah, nice fish. Salad on him. Yeah, not bad. Nice little fish. They're all him. Yeah, Bubba. Okay, you got both of them in there. Careful, careful. Alright. Nice little night bass. Heck yeah. They're all good at 10 o'clock at night. Alright, Bubba. Let's throw you back over. All right, Strike King Midnight Special. Tearing them up tonight. When you're out night fishing, some of the structure that you want to key on, what we're fishing here is we're fishing weed lines, and we have 2 weed lines in this particular lake. We've got lily pads up tight to the shore, and then out off the shore about 50 to 100 yards, we've got big cabbage beds. And what we're keying off of are those cabbage beds where they drop off from, say, 8 feet to 15 to 20 feet, dropping down into the basin of the lake. What those bass are doing is they're sitting on top of that cabbage, because a lot of times it doesn't grow all the way to the surface. There's about 1 foot to 2 foot of space between the top of the weeds and the surface of the water. What those bass will do is they'll sit on the edge just down underneath those weeds, and we're taking these spinner baits, we're throwing them out across these big cabbage beds, and we're pulling them across at a fairly fast rate of speed. What these bass are doing is they're just looking up and seeing the silhouette go by, they're feeling the vibration, they're coming out of those weeds and they're striking at it. And what you'll tend to find when you're looking for the bigger fish at night, if you go up close to the pads where you're maybe in 4 to 6 feet of water, you're going to find the smaller fish. You're going to catch a lot more fish, but they're going to be the smaller variety. What you'll want to do if you have cabbage in your area like we're fishing tonight, back out off that outer edge of the cabbage and put your boat into the deep water, cast up shallow into the bed and bring it back. And a lot of times that's where your bigger fish are going to be sitting at. So make sure to move around within your lake, find that drop off, find that cabbage, and you're going to find those bigger fish. You won't have a 30, 40 fish night. You may have a 10, 11, 12 fish night, but they're going to be good quality fish. They're going to be 2 to 4, maybe 5 pounds. For us, that's a big one in our area. But key off that deeper weed line. That's where the big boys will be sitting. You got one, Dad?
Yeah, there's a
Good one? Feel pretty good? Oh yeah, there's a nice chunky fish. Grab him for you here, Dad. There, buddy. Nice chunky fish. Got him. All right.
All right.
Got the midnight special right in the corner of the mouth. Nice chunky little bass right there. Get out of there without hurting him here. All right, nice fish, Pops.
It works good.
Heck yeah. Right on. Let's get him back in the water.
Yep.
This is kicking the pants right here, folks. Doesn't get too much
Good
more
old
fun than
time.
this. That's right.
There you go, Bubba. Pretty.
Yes, they are. See you later, buddy. All right. How many years we've been doing this now, Pops? You got one?
No. Yeah. Just
Weeds
going
there?
through the weeds a little bit. Well, your age, I've been doing this probably about 20 years.
20 years, yeah. I just turned 30, and I was thinking probably 10 years old or so was the first time we came out and started doing this. Little 12-foot 10 fishing boat with the oars
Yep.
in the back of the old 79 Chevy pickup truck. Weren't quite as advanced as we are now, were we?
Not quite. Not the nice fish finders and stuff you have today. And
Didn't matter, we still caught fish though, didn't we?
we still got fish. Good old sight fish.
Yeah. This goes to prove a guy doesn't always have to, ooh, there was a fish. A guy doesn't always have to have those fancy electronics to get it done, you
No,
know?
you don't.
We
No,
get
you
so
don't.
we get so wrapped up in having to have all this stuff, you get back to basics sometimes, and you can still catch a lot of fish. This is really where we taught ourselves how to fish, is out here at this little lake. All
Yeah.
those years in that little boat, you know.
Oh yeah.
Learned how to worm fish out here. Top water fish out
Water
here.
Fish. Yep.
Yep,
Brings back a lot of good memories.
that's for sure. That's for sure. Got one down?
Oh yeah.
Folks, I want to talk to you for a second here about the baits we're running. And what we're running tonight is the Strike King Midnight Special. And this bait is made for nighttime bass fishing, specifically for that. And what it has that makes it for nighttime bass fishing is, one, we've got a big Colorado blade with a dimple finish on it. We've got a rattle pack on the back of the bait right here. And they come in a lot of variations of black. And that's a key when you're night fishing with spinner baits. A lot of people tend to want to use white and chartreuse. because they think that that's going to show up better at night, and that's actually the wrong train of thought. What you want to do when you're night fishing with your spinner baits is you first want to make sure that it's some form of black. Black and red, black and blue, black and purple. What happens with the black, if you're out fishing, you've been out fishing at nighttime, you're gonna know what I'm talking about here. When the bats start flying around and you look up into the night sky, they're black, but you can see them going by because they're creating a silhouette. With a lighter bodied bait, like say a white spinner bait, it's not going to silhouette against that dark sky. You're not going to be able to see it, and the bass can't see it as well either. So what you want to do is first thing is run black. Now with the rattle pack on the back, what that does is it just gives that bass one more thing to hone in on. It just gives that little rattle as it's coming through the water, and they can pick up on it if they can't see it that well. Now with the blade combinations, your blade combinations are going to be determined by what type of light you're fishing. And what I mean by that is if you've got a good moon, you got bright skies, you're going to want to use a willow type blade. If you've got cloud cover with a good moon or dark skies, you want to use a Colorado blade. Now the combinations that I have, this one here in my right hand, I've custom made, and I'll show you what I've done to this one. But what I would do, even on a night where it's cloudy, if the clouds break and the moon pops out and I get bright skies, I'll throw this willow blade. And what this willow blade does, it's got more surface area, it's going to throw out more light. So it's going to grab that moonlight and throw it into the water, and those bass are going to strike it more readily. But the downside of it, with cover, they're going to be keying in more on the vibration of the bait. So if you've got that dark sky, the cloud cover comes over, you're fishing the new moon phase where you don't have any moon at all, this Colorado blade has got a lot more thump, a lot more vibration to it. I can slow this bait down, reel it at slower speed, kind of slow roll it across the top of those weed beds, and that vibration coming off with the combination of the rattle is going to give those fish a target to hit. So what I've done here, if you look, this is how you're going to buy one in the package, just like this guy right here. What I've done is I've taken one of their Premier Plus spinner baits right here, which is a great bait in the daytime. We use it a lot for bass. But I've taken the hardware off of here, stripped this blade off, and put that hardware on the top right there, replaced it with that. Now what I've got for a combination is I've got a Colorado, which is going to put off vibration, and a gold, nickel, or brass right here for this Colorado, and the color works fine. It's more there for vibration than anything else. And then I've got that big willow back there thumping. So that is very important. The dark color, the rattles, and the blade. The other thing you need to do with your spinner baits at night, very, very important, is you got to have a trailer hook on there. Now what I do is I take a 2/0 single side wash Gamakatsu open-eyed straight shank hook, and I just place a piece of surgical tubing on there, place that hook on there so it can swing freely. Because what happens, these bass will come up and a lot of times they'll miss. And what you want to do is just have that little tiny trailer hook back there. It doesn't look like much, but it makes a huge difference at nighttime just because they can short strike at times. Now, the other thing you want to do, my favorite bass scent is a Dr. Juice tournament bass scent. If you watch the show, you've seen me use it a bunch. And I like to coat this bait down about every 5 or 6 casts. And what that does is if that bass has missed the bait and it's gone past him and he's trying to hone in on it, as he pulls up behind it, they can smell that scent trail coming off, one extra thing to get them to that bait to strike it. So just keep that in mind. Always use black. The rattles are great. Trailer hook's a must. Keep those blades according to the moonlight, and you'll have a lot more success out there in the dark. Big fish. How you doing? Oh, Bob, you got a big fish, buddy. Come on, Dad. Hang on to him, Dad. Hang on to him. We'll start driving to him a little bit, okay? Oh, boy. Okay, we got the big net. Hang on, Dad. We're going to net him. That is a nice one, Pops. Holy smokes. Yeah. Can you believe how hard he was pulling? Yeah. Wow. Boy, Pops. Grab that dude, buddy. Nice one. Look at that, folks. Beautiful fish. Huh? That one there will go 5 pounds. Awesome, awesome. What a beauty. Beautiful, beautiful fish. All right, Pops, I'll let you send him over the side, man. That is awesome. What a beauty.
Don't see them that often.
Awesome, Pops. Nice
All
fish,
right.
man. What a fighter. That's a good one. Not a bad fish, huh?
Nice.
Alright. Let's get that. Yep. Get that midnight special out of there. Yep. Chunky little guy. Well, I tell you what, Pops. Starting to get a little chilly out. It's about 3 in the morning. Yes, we have. I know that Mickey's getting a little bit cold over there on the camera duty, so I think what we're going to call this is the go-home fish. What do you say? Tell you what, just like old times, man. I'm glad to have you come along. It brings back good memories. We're just a little fancier boat this time.
Oh yeah, a lot fancier.
But I tell you what, folks, I hope you enjoyed the show on nighttime spinnerbait and bass. I know I enjoyed coming out with my dad and reminiscing about old times. And as always, I want to thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week. Let's get this guy back in the water.
For a list of today's gear and techniques, log on to axfishing.com and select AX Journals.